Hey, Bucket Pond family, welcome back. Have you ever built something and just fallen in love with it? You just want to stare at it, enjoy it, think about it, make little changes and modifications? Well, that's how I feel about this Nano Aquarium. The tank on the center of the screen there is my Halloween build, and I think it's doing really well. Over the last two episodes, I've shared with you the setup, the build video for that tank. And I've shared with you some tweaks and modifications that we've made, including adding new animals and things like that. And now you can see scuds swimming around in here. You can see a few ostracods, maybe a few bladder snails. The tank is developing very nicely, and I'm enjoying sharing with you every step. Now, in the previous video, you did see me inject green water algae directly into the aquarium. And that was done to add tubifex worms to my tank from a green water jar. And in the build video, you also saw me inject mulm into the tank in order to add some aquatic earthworms. Now, I'm sure a lot of people thought that was a bad idea, injecting mulm into your tank, adding green water intentionally. Yeah, I can see how that might be a problem. But look at the Halloween build here. Look at the jar on the left. It's completely clear. It's beautiful. Um, the green water did not affect it at all. And these two tanks here, they are both using the exact same lighting. So it's not a question of like low light or high light. It's a question of competition. The plants in our jar here on the left, they are competing for nutrients against the green water algae. These plants are a type of hairgrass, and they are more specifically referred to as spike rush. But this hairgrass plant is actually able to consume nutrients faster than the green water, preventing its growth and controlling it. I did mention in the previous video that was my goal, was to show that we can inject the tank directly with green water and these plants would prevent it from taking over. I think many articles and things that you read on the internet, oh my God, there's algae in our pond. We've got to shut it down. The river's closed, things like that. It's because people don't quite understand how algae works. If you inject a ton of fertilizer into a body of water, you have to add something that will consume it. And that's how you prevent algae growth. And that's my 2 cents anyway. So we're going to switch the lights on and we're going to feed these two tanks. They're looking great in their own way. And we're just going to add a slice of cucumber right there for the green water tank, which does have snails and worms and other things inside. And for the main focus here, for the Halloween tank, I am going to add some food as well. In the previous video, you saw me feed this tank with a steel spike that I used to weigh down the food in the jar for the worms and other things to eat it more easily. Well, I've bent the steel spike and made it into a giant fish hook now, and I think it's awesome. We're adding a cucumber, but I also want to add a sweet gum seed pod. Yeah, it's a mouthful. These seed pods are raw, taken directly from a sweet gum tree in my backyard, and they're full of seeds. I don't boil them or anything. Maybe I should, but things are going fine without that step. I'm going to try to impale it on the fish hook here and weigh it down in the tank. It's going to get a little weird and kind of mess up my plants a little bit, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about it. If you happen to find some spike rush somewhere, you'll realize that this stuff is immortal. It's unkillable. It's great. Now, I did disturb everything in this tank when I added that food. So you'll see some material kind of swirling around like a waterfall. You've seen the same thing in my guppy aquarium. That's actually water meal, which is being kicked around by the current in the water. So it's a really cool effect, kind of like a snow globe, but it will settle down after a while. Now, I want to improve the green water jar. I think the Halloween tank is just so much cooler. So the first thing I want to do is add some activity in the green water tank, and I'm going to do that by adding an air pump. Really, this is just another airline split off of the main system, and yeah, it'll be fine. Now, the spike rush in here, I did start with a very small amount, and I did add some hornwort in the last video as well. This green jar tank is 4 weeks old, and these plants are starting to grow. I'm confident we can beat the green water in time. But I do want to show you that this green tank is full of life. It's a very healthy ecosystem, and it's full of darrow worms. And these guys are great. They are detritivores, and I want to add them to our Halloween tank. Now, in the setup video and in the previous video, you did see me inject some animals into this aquarium, and I was very curious to see how they would handle this type of substrate. It's about 4 inches of rocks, just rocks, and I'm very curious to see if they are adapting well. But I see some scuds in here. I see one of our aquatic earthworms from the wild jar. Really cool to see them in here. A shout out to the wild jar. Please watch that video. It was really fun. But yeah, I also have a ton of bladder snails on the way. I have buns in the oven, you guys. They're cooking right now. And you'll see a few egg sacs in here. Each egg sac represents 10 to 15 bladder snails, roughly. And that's accounting for a few that don't make it for, natural reasons. But yeah, these egg sacs look to be about 2 weeks old, which means they should be hatching very soon. And we're going to have a ton of bladder snails in here, you guys. I'm very excited about this. I know that some of you, most of you watching, are most likely bladder snail, aquarium snail type people. That seems to be my audience. So these are bladder snail egg sacs, and they are all over the tank. The snail strain that I used in this build, they have no interest in hiding their eggs. They don't care. They just put them everywhere. No strategy at all. It's because they've been raised for generations without any exposure to predators other than guppies. So I think that's affected them. It's made them kind of soft. But that's okay. They're still great pets. Now, I did want to show you down here in the Halloween tank. I did show you previously, we had a little bit of blue-green algae in here, cyanobacteria. And don't be afraid. This stuff is going to appear in my projects occasionally. You've even seen me culture it and control it a few times by using my ostracods, which is really fun. But I'm happy to report that the green water, the blue-green algae is almost completely gone. That's another species that's going to appear in the background of my ecosystems. I'm never going to get rid of it. I can't disinfect my aquarium. That would, ruin it. So I just have to work around it and find ways to control it, just like the green water. And it really seems to me that spike rush may be the best jar aquarium plant on Earth. Yeah. So one thing I want to do, guys, is I want to add some darrow worms from the green water tank, those little flatworms we were looking at for a moment there. And I want to add them into our Halloween build because they are great detritivores. They will eat detritus. They'll eat dirt and poo and old food and all that stuff that you don't want to see in your tank. So yeah, you'll have to deal with seeing some worms in your aquarium, but you won't see all that other stuff as much. These darrow worms are very, very good at consuming detritus, you guys. I've shown you in a few of my short videos as well. So they are coming with a ton of green water directly from the green water tank. I should mention that my green water algae is a very virile strain, so the fact that we are able to control it and not worry about it is a big deal. So I hope you guys are enjoying this build, these videos. I don't usually show one tank this often. In fact, I try to avoid doing that, but I want to try something different. I want to share with you the step-by-step development of this ecosystem so that one day when we are taking samples from this tank, you'll know why they are so well populated. Or at least you'll understand why I get so excited, hopefully. So thanks for watching, guys. My name is Terry. This is Bucket Ponds. I love building pond in a jar type aquariums. I love doing this kind of stuff. And I hope that you are enjoying the Sundays with Bucket Ponds video. I've been a little late a few times, but I'm getting a video out every Sunday and I'm having a ton of fun. So please like, subscribe, share, comment. Anything you'd like to do would help the channel. Big thank you to my YouTube members and Patreon supporters. I know I've been busy lately, guys. Please forgive me. I got a promotion at work. It's a whole thing. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I make a new video every Sunday. Please check out my channel and have a great day.